The fall of Harut and Marut. In the boundless expanse of eternity, in a realm made of pure light and obedience, the angels prostrated, their sole purpose, to glorify, praise, and sanctify the Creator. But that tranquility was stirred when a grand decree echoed across the heavens. Allah declared his intention to place a viceroy on earth, a creature named Adam. Immediately, the angels in their sincerity posed a question. The luminous angels lift their heads in unison. Their faces show sincerity, yet also a hint of confusion. O Allah, our Lord, will you place upon it one who will cause corruption and shed blood, while we declare your praise and sanctify you? The answer from the All-Knowing was brief, yet filled with wisdom beyond their grasp. Indeed, I know that which you do not know. However, a conviction stirred among the angels, a certainty in their own unwavering purity and obedience. They spoke again. Our Lord, surely we are more obedient to you than the children of Adam. And so a trial was ordained, a test that would challenge the very boundary between celestial purity and worldly temptation. If that is so, then choose 2 from among you who are the most obedient. I will send them down to earth, and we shall see what they will do. All eyes turned to 2 figures, the most brilliant in their worship, the most steadfast in their devotion. Their names were Harut and Marut. With unwavering confidence they stepped forward. A brilliant light streaks from the heavens, piercing the clouds and landing in an ancient city on earth. As the light fades, Harut and Marut appear in the perfect form of men. They look around in bewilderment, feeling the weight of gravity, smelling the scent of the soil, and hearing the hustle and bustle of human life for the first time. The earth was a foreign place. The air they breathed felt heavy, thick with desires and temptations. At first, Harut and Marut stood firm. By day, they judged mankind with justice. By night, they devoted themselves to worship, seeking to ascend back to the heavens. But the human nature with which they were now imbued began to stir within them. In the middle of a bustling market, a woman appears. She is Az-Zuhara. Her beauty is otherworldly, as if all the charms of the world were gathered in her form. All activity ceases. Harut and Marut, who are walking, freeze. Their gazes are locked upon her. Then the trial arrived in the form of a woman. Her name was Az-Zuhara, created with a beauty that could paralyze the sanest of minds. She approached the 2 angels, her smile a promise, her gaze a snare. A lust they had never known before surged through them. In voices they barely recognized as their own, they invited her to be with them. Az-Zuhara smiles faintly, her expression cool and challenging. No, by Allah, I will not, unless you are willing to associate partners with God. The request was like a lightning strike. Instantly, the remnants of their celestial consciousness returned. By Allah, we will never associate partners with him. Never! Az-Zuhara simply walked away, leaving Harut and Marut with pounding hearts, torn between temptation and the terror of committing the greatest sin. Harut and Marut try to return to their duties, but the image of Az-Zuhara is seared into their minds. Suddenly she appears again. This time she is holding a small, innocent baby. The woman returned. The temptation came again, this time bearing a terrible contrast. In one arm she carried intoxicating beauty. In the other, she held a pure, new life. The desire of Harut and Marut was rekindled, and they asked her again, No, by Allah, unless you are willing to kill this baby. No, by Allah, we will never take a soul. Never! The woman left again. Harut and Marut felt they had won 2 great battles. They had rejected idolatry, and they had rejected murder. They believed they were still in control, but they failed to realize that the poison of temptation had already seeped deep into their souls. Nightfall. Harut and Marut sit in restless silence. Az-Zuhara appears for a 3rd time. She carries no child, only a goblet filled with a golden red liquid, shimmering in the moonlight. Its aroma is intoxicating. For a 3rd time, Az-Zuhara came, and for a 3rd time, that unbearable desire burned within Harut and Marut. They pleaded with her once more. This time, Az-Zuhara's smile was different. It was the smile of victory. By Allah, I will not, unless you drink this with me. Harut and Marut looked at each other. Their minds raced. It's just a drink, the devil whispered in their thoughts. It is not idolatry. It is not murder. It is the least of the 3 sins. Harut's trembling hand reaches for the goblet. He drinks, and Marut follows. Their eyes close, and when they open again, the celestial light within them has been extinguished. replaced by a fog of lust. Azuhara's laughter rings out. Harut and Marut lose all control. The events are shown symbolically. A goblet falling and shattering, wild shadows dancing on the walls, and amidst the chaos, the sound of a baby's cry that is suddenly silenced. The intoxicant, the mother of all evil, had opened the gates. Their reason, their final fortress, had crumbled. In their drunken state, millennia of purity vanished in a single night. They lay with the woman, and when the baby cried, they killed it to silence the sound. And at the peak of their intoxication, urged on by Azuhara's whispers, they uttered the words of idolatry they had once sworn they would die before speaking. Harut and Marut awaken with splitting headaches. They see the woman, the shattered goblet, and the cold, lifeless body of the baby. An infinite horror fills their faces as the memories of the night return like shards of glass piercing their souls. When dawn broke and their senses returned, the truth struck them like a boulder. Azuhara stared at them without an ounce of pity. By Allah, there was not a single sin I offered that you did not commit. You did everything you once refused, all while you were drunk. The heavens themselves seemed to weep. Their pride had led them to utter ruin. At that moment, they were given a choice by Allah. A temporary punishment in this world, or an eternal punishment in the hereafter. Harut and Marut fall to the ground in prostration, their bodies racked with endless sobs of regret. In their eternal remorse, they knew that the punishment of this world, no matter how severe, was a mercy compared to the unending wrath of the next. And so, they chose the punishment of this world, a sentence that serves as a timeless reminder to both heaven and earth of how fragile even the greatest obedience can be when faced with the temptations of the mortal world. What do you think was the true turning point that led to their downfall? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and share this powerful story as a reminder.